that the majority of the congregations who wanted to buy hymnals in the decade following the 90s wanted, number one, new music in those hymnals, set to new rhythms, hymns and new music which would appeal to the modern spirit. And secondly, they wanted gender-inclusive metaphors for God in those hymnals and gender-inclusive metaphors for the human community. The New Century Hymnal, I believe, provides very rich, varied metaphors for us to sing about God and language to sing about people, which excludes no one.
I was asked to sort of lay a little bit of a groundwork about what hymns do. Hymns express faith, and they form our faith. Hymns aren't about our faith, they are our faith. The African-American musicologist John Michael Spencer has said that for the average church person, the hymn book is more a book of religion than his Bible. More religious interest is brought by song than by scripture. And there are studies that show that 70% of people's theology is formed by the songs they sing. That makes the work in these volumes incredibly important.
First, let me say I'm sort of not quite a last-minute replacement for a good friend who I think you would have enjoyed very much. Her name is Isai Maria Barnwell, and some of you may know she's a member of Sweet Honey in the Rock. Yeah. But she also has traveled all over the world doing workshops singing in the African-American tradition. And they can range from 5 days to 2 hours. Different versions of them, and she goes through the range of African-American singing. And in the 5-day one, the folks wind up doing a concert at the end, and they never have a scrap of music in front of them. And I think for Isai, context is very, very important. That's one of the filters that both of us see much of the world in. And so sometimes we have issues about the changing of words because language is very important. It's very personal for everyone, but it also is history, and it is tradition. I think that word was raised earlier. And so sometimes it's easy to lose some of that history if we're not careful about what we do with language. And many times, and there are some things I'm going to look at, things are recrafted and need to be recrafted, as was mentioned with these and thous. No one goes around speaking in that way. I think everyone here in the room, though, has a sense of that history, though.
I want to slip over to the piano, because my purpose here tonight is to talk about the African American Heritage Hymnal, which you'll hear a little bit more about, but I think a great point of departure is to look at the traditional spiritual. And many of you know the spiritual, I Want Jesus to Walk With Me. I just want to share a piano of that. We'll start from there, and then we'll get a chance to talk.